Hello students, welcome to Sri Jayendra Rangjon. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about alcohol, phenol and ether. So basically first we will discuss about alcohol, the preparation of alcohol and the chemical properties related to alcohol. Then we will discuss about phenol and then after we will discuss the separate topic ether. So first we are going to discuss about alcohols. So when we discuss about alcohols, first we discuss about the hydroxy derivatives. So first we are going to discuss about hydroxy derivatives. Hydroxy derivatives. So what are basically hydroxy derivatives? Basically these hydroxy derivatives are of two types. The hydroxy derivatives are basically are of two types. So we can say the hydroxy derivatives are of two types. One is aliphatic, one is aliphatic and one is aromatic. So there are two types of hydroxy derivatives. One is aliphatic and one is aromatic. Now see, so basically when it is aliphatic, aliphatic means linear chain. Aliphatic means linear chain. For example, CH3, CH2, OH. So this is basically aliphatic alcohol. In the same way, when we discuss about aromatic, so aromatic means there is benzene ring which is aromatic in nature and on this OH group is present. So this is basically aromatic and hydroxy derivative and this is linear chain. So this is aliphatic alcohol. Now we have different types of hydroxy derivatives. We have different types of hydroxy derivatives. So out of these different types of hydroxy derivative, we can say easily one of them is monohydroxy derivative. One of them is monohydroxy derivative. Monohydroxy means when there is only one OH group like CH3OH. This is monohydroxy. In the same way, dihydroxy can also possible. Dihydroxy means dihydroxy means when there is two OH groups are there. For example, CH2OH and again CH2OH. This is basically ethylene glycol. This compound is basically ethylene glycol. When there is two OH group, this is dihydroxy. When only one OH group, it is monohydroxy. In the same way, when there are three OH groups, for example, CH2OH, CHOH, and again CH2OH. So there is three OH group and this compound we call glycerol. This compound we call glycerol. This is basically trihydroxy group. In the same way, there can be polyhydroxy groups also. So there can be polyhydroxy group also. Polyhydroxy group can also possible. So in the different way we can arrange. One of the type of hydroxy derivative is monohydroxy. Other type is dihydroxy and this is trihydroxy. This is trihydroxy and this is basically polyhydroxy. In polyhydroxy, you have seen the examples like glucose, fructose, all are basically polyhydroxy groups. All are basically polyhydroxy groups. So we have discussed what about? We have discussed about hydroxy derivatives. In hydroxy derivatives, we categorize two parts. One is aliphatic and one is aromatic. Then we have discussed about the types. One of the type is monohydroxy Another type is dihydroxy, and then it is trihydroxy, and then it is polyhydroxy. Now see, now we are going to discuss about the general methods of preparation of alcohol. So we are going to discuss about general methods, general methods of preparation of alcohol, general methods of preparation of alcohol. So we will discuss each and every reaction in detail for the preparation of alcohol. So the first method for the preparation of alcohol, I am going to discuss the preparation of alcohol by oxidation of alcohol. So first we are going to discuss about from oxidation, from oxidation of alkane, from oxidation of alkane. So first we are going to prepare alcohol by the oxidation of alcohol. See how we can prepare. If compound is given like this, like R, if compound is given like RCH3, compound is given like RCH3, and you use the reagent, and we use the reagent which is copper in presence of heat. So this R will remain same, and this carbon will be oxidized into CH2OH. This compound will oxidize into CH2OH. Now see another case. If when we use RCH3, another, I'm giving the example basically. Write this example as, in place of R, put CH3 there, and we use copper in presence of heat. So this CH3 will remain same as it is, and this CH3 will be oxidized into CH2OH. So this is one of the method for the preparation of alcohol by oxidation of alkane in presence of copper and heat. Now see another method for the preparation of alcohol. Another method for the preparation of alcohol basically. So next we are going to discuss from alkene, preparation of alcohol from alkene, preparation of alcohol from alkene. So we will discuss each and every reaction in detail, like RCH double bond CH2. If this group is there, and we add dilute H2SO4. When we add dilute H2SO4, so basically the addition of water will takes place. And what is addition of water? According to Markovnikov's rule. Addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule. So this will convert into H positive and OH negative. So addition will takes place across double bond. Addition will takes place across double bond. This OH minus will attack on the carbon with less hydrogen atom, and this H plus will attack on the carbon atom with more hydrogen atoms. So the product obtained is basically RCH, RCH, OH, and CH3. So alcohol is prepared from alkene. Alcohol is prepared from alkene. Now we'll see some more examples related to this. First we will see the mechanism. First we will see the mechanism of this reaction. What is basically the mechanism for this reaction? See, if compound is given like this, RCH double bond CH2, and we add dilute H2SO4. So basically in presence of dilute H2SO4, what happens? In presence of dilute H2SO4, this electrophile which is H positive, this electrophile which is H positive will attack on that carbon atom which will generate the more stable carbocation. So if you want, you may draw the transition state also, like RCH2. Two possibilities are there. Either this pi bond can break to this side, or this pi bond can break to this side. These two possibilities. When this pi bond break on right hand side, then negative charge on this carbon atom and positive charge on this carbon atom. Another possibility is when this pi bond break to this side, so there is negative charge on this carbon atom and positive charge on this carbon atom. Now see, this electrophile H positive will attack at negative charge on this and on this. So from this the carbocation obtained is, from this the carbocation obtained is RCH3 positive and CH3, and from this the carbocation obtained is RCH2 and CH2 positive. This is basically 2-degree carbocation. This is basically 2-degree carbocation, and this is 1-degree carbocation. And 2-degree carbocation is more stable with respect to 1-degree carbocation. So we will say easily, the more stable carbocation obtained is, this one. Now on hydrolysis, from water, now on hydrolysis in presence of water, this OH minus will attack, on this carbon, and the product obtained is RCH, OH and CH3. So this is basically the product obtained after mechanism. What is the name of this step? The name of this step is basically hydrolysis. The name of this step is hydrolysis. And the catalyst, which is H positive regenerated. Catalyst is regenerated. H positive ion which is catalyst is regenerated. Now see another question related to this. See, question related to this given is basically like this: CS3, C, CS3, double bond, CH2, and the reaction in presence of dilute H2SO4. See, there are two possibilities basically, but the H plus ion which is electrophile, will attack on that carbon atom so that the carbocation form is more stable. So basically, when carbocation is formed at this carbon, which I am indicating this carbon, so at this carbon it is 1 degree, but when carbocation is formed at this carbon, this is 3-degree carbocation, and the stability of 3-degree carbocation is more with respect to 1-degree carbocation. So basically this electrophile will attack on this carbon atom because of this pi bond shift on this carbon atom. So the most stable carbocation form in this step is basically 3-degree carbocation. So this is basically the 3-degree carbocation obtained after first step. Now what happens? Now water will attack. So water is basically containing H positive ion and OH negative ion. So basically this OH negative ion will attack on the more stable carbocation, and we can see 3-degree alcohol is obtained. 3-degree alcohol is obtained as the major product. So this product is basically the major product obtained after reaction. So in this way you can see basically in this step what is happening there. First step, there is a formation of carbocation. So when there is a formation of carbocation, so this step is first step. So first step is basically the RDS step. What is RDS? RDS means basically a rate determining step. It means if the reaction wants to take 100% time, then out of the 100% time, 95% time it will take for the formation of carbocation. So out of 100% time, 95% time it will take for the formation of the stable carbocation, which is RDS. So you can easily say the key features of this reaction. What are the key features of the reaction? So you can say the key features of reaction is basically, we can say, the rate of reaction. The rate of reaction basically directly proportional to the stability of carbocation, is directly proportional to the stability of carbocation. It means the more stable carbocation is formed, then more is the rate of reaction. So this is basically the main feature behind the introduction of OH group on alkene. So you can see the numerous questions and examples related to this. For example, if I am giving you a question like this, there is a CH3 group on this carbon atom. Again, there is a CH3 group, and there is again one CH3 group, and this is basically having the CH double bond CH2 group there. Again, when the reagent you are adding there for the introduction of alcoholic group, so I am adding there which is dilute H2SO4. As we know, this dilute H2SO4 will provide the electrophile, and this electrophile will attack on the carbon atom, on that carbon atom, so that the carbocation form will be more stable. So basically, if this H plus ion will attack on this carbon atom, so positive charge will be generated on this carbon atom, which is basically the 2-degree carbocation. So we can say after the attack of electrophile, after the attack of electrophile, basically what happens, the more stable carbocation is formed at this position, at this position. Now, as we can see, it is basically 2-degree carbocation. It is basically 2-degree carbocation, and you can easily see how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there. You see 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. And how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? So we can see there is no alpha hydrogen atom on this carbon. So in this carbocation, only 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. Is there any chances of rearrangement? Yes, we can see there is chances of rearrangement. How it can rearrange to the more stable carbocation? If we give one number to this carbocation and second number to this carbocation. So basically, when this methyl group, when one of the methyl group, because on this carbon atom all groups are methyl group, all 3 groups are methyl groups. So basically, when this methyl group will shift from second carbon atom to the first carbon atom, so we can say this is basically 1,2 methyl shift. So this is basically 1,2 methyl shift. What happens after 1,2 methyl shift? As you can see, after 1,2 methyl shift, the positive charge will develop on this carbon atom, and this is also again CH3 group is there. When methyl group shifts on this carbon atom, so now this carbon atom will also having one extra CH3 group, and this one it is. So as you can see, now you will count the number of alpha hydrogens. So how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? You can see 3 alpha hydrogen atoms on this carbon atom is there. Yes. Now 3 hydrogen alpha hydrogen atoms also there. So it is basically the 6 alpha hydrogen atoms. And another alpha hydrogen atom is there. So you can see 3, 3, 6 and 1, 7. How many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? There are 7 alpha hydrogen. So we can say this is basically the most stable carbocation. This is basically the most stable carbocation, and we have already discussed the rate of this reaction is basically depends on the stability of carbocation. It means more stable carbocation, then more is the rate of reaction. And in the final step, as we know, hydrolysis will takes place. In the final step, the hydrolysis will takes place, and hydrolysis will in such a way that H will get positive charge and OH will get negative charge. Now this OH will attack on the carbon having positive charge. So you can say the product obtained basically is CH3C, CH3OH, and CH3 and CH3. So this is basically the major product, and you have seen what are the steps followed. In the first step, there is a attack of electrophile, and after the attack of electrophile, we form the stable carbocation. Now this carbocation is only having 3 alpha hydrogens. If there is any possibility of rearrangement to form the more stable carbocation, then we will rearrange. So in this carbocation, there is chances of rearrangement. How there is chances of rearrangement? We did 1,2 methyl shift. So on doing 1,2 methyl shift, what happens? First of all, there is 3 alpha hydrogen atoms here. Now there are 7 alpha hydrogens. So we can say this is the most stable form of this carbocation. Now in the final step, what happens? In the final step, there is a attack of a OH group, which is nucleophile, and the catalyst, which is H positive ion, in the first step is regenerated, and we obtain the major product, Now see another question related to the formation of alcohol from alkene. So this is another important question. Now see what happens. Basically the compound is given like this. This is basically the cyclobutane, and on this there is a group having double bonded carbon atom. Now see what happens. Basically if this reacts with dilute, if the alkene reacts with dilute H2SO4, as we know, this dilute H2SO4 basically provide the electrophile, which is H positive ion. So the attack of electrophile in such a way that on that carbon atom, the electrophile will attack on that carbon atom in such a way that the carbocation form after the attack of electrophile will be the more stable carbocation. Now see what happens. So in this way, you can see when electrophile H positive ion will attack at this carbon atom, so positive charge is generated at this carbon. So we can see this is the stable carbocation after the attack of electrophile. You can see. Now, is there any chances of rearrangement? Yes. First of all, I am going to make you aware about the ring expansion conditions. What are the conditions for the ring expansion? When ring expansion will takes place? How you will identify in the question, is there any chances of ring expansion or not? As you know, when there is a four member ring, so in four member ring there is angle strain. So basically to avoid angle strain, these rings try to maintain the maximum number of carbon atoms in the ring. So therefore four member ring tries to convert into five member ring to minimize the angle strain. In the same way, this five member ring of carbon atom will try to expand it ring into the six carbon atom so that the angle strain is minimum, but never try to expand the six member carbon ring into seven member carbon ring. Why? Because you can see that six member ring angle strain is minimum, and this six member carbon ring exists in the two forms, that is cyclohexane. It exists in the boat form as well as in the chair form, and chair form is the most stable form basically. But if there is any ring of seven carbon atoms like this, so seven carbon atoms ring will also tries to convert into six member carbon rings, because the stability of six member carbon ring is more stable with respect to five, also with respect to seven member carbon ring. Now you can see, then what are the chances of the ring expansion and when the ring expansion will takes place? See, if if there is a carbon atom outside the ring, like this. This is basically the ring, and this carbon atom is basically present outside of ring. And this is the first carbon atom. We can also say the carbon atom which is next to ring. So this carbon atom is basically, this carbon atom is basically next to the ring. So this carbon atom is basically, carbon atom is next to ring. The carbon atom is next to ring. So whenever there is a carbon atom is next to ring and the positive charge is present on that carbon atom which is next to the ring, then always there is a chances of ring expansion. Then always there is chances of ring expansion. Then always there is a chances of ring expansion, you can say. Now see, is there is any chances of ring expansion when there is a charge present on the carbon atom present in the ring? No, we will say no, simply no. Why? Ring expansion can happen only and only when the positive charge on the carbon atom is present just outside the ring, on the carbon atom that is just next to the carbon of ring, like this. So if positive charge is present on the carbon atom in the ring, then ring expansion will not takes place. Now see what happens there. As you can see, is there any chances of ring expansion in this compound? You will see, because the carbon atom, this carbon atom which is next to the ring, so this is ring basically, and this is the carbon atom which is next to the ring and having positive charge also. So we can say there is chances of rearrangement, there is chances of rearrangement, and ring expansion will takes place, and ring expansion will takes place. Now see how ring expansion will takes place. First of all, the carbon atom having the positive charge, numbering that carbon atom, numbering of that carbon atom, and you give the number to that carbon atom 1. The carbon atom having positive charge, give that carbon atom number 1. Now another carbon gives second number, and another carbon gives sixth number. It's you people choice, either you want to give 1 2 3 to this number, either you can give 1 2 3 to this. So both are same, no effect will present on the result. So both will be treated like same, 1 2 3. You may also take 1 2 3. Now see what happens. Basically in the ring expansion, you have to do the simple steps. First of all, numbering of carbon. The positively charged carbon will be given number 1, then it is 2, then it is 3. Now simple, break the bond between second and third carbon atom. Break the bond between second and third carbon atom. Then after, form the bond between first and third carbon atom. So always break the bond between C2 and C3. So we have to break the bond of C2 and C3, and we have to form the bond between C1 and C3. So break the bond of C2 and C3 and form the bond of C1 and C3. And then after, the positive charge will come. The positive charge will come from first carbon atom to second carbon atom. These are the steps followed for the ring expansion. What you will do? You will do simply, first of all, give the numbering 1, 2, 3 and break the bond of second and third carbon atom and form the bond of first and third carbon atom. And this positive charge is basically moved from first carbon atom to the second carbon atom. Now you can see, in this case, draw the skeleton as it is. Draw the skeleton as it is, you can see. So I am drawing the skeleton. This bond is formed, and this will as it is. And positive charge, if this is first, this is second, and this is third, so now the positive charge is present on the second carbon atom, and also on the first carbon atom there is one CH3 group also, there is one CH3 group also. Now you can simply form the rearranged carbocation, because now how many atoms are there in a ring? You can see 1 2 3 4 5. So how many atoms are there in the ring? Now there is 5 carbon atoms, and the positive charge on the carbon atom, and the group which is near to positive charge having CH3 also, this CH3 also. Now again there is chances of rearrangement. How? as we can see, this is 2-degree carbocation. But when this hydride shift will takes place, so it will rearrange to the 3-degree carbocation. So what happens? Now we can see this will be 1 comma 2. This will be 1 comma 2 hydride shift. So what happens? 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur. When 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur, then what happens? Then positive charge will come on this carbon atom. Positive charge will come on this carbon atom. You can easily see. So this is the most stable carbocation. Now in the final step, what happens? In the final step, hydrolysis will takes place. So in the final step, hydrolysis will takes place. So this bond will break, and this is H positive ion, and this OH negative ion will attack on this electrophile, and the final product obtained is this is CS3 and this is OS. So this is basically the major product. Obtained. So this is basically the major product obtained. See the each and every step for this reaction, and also see the conditions what we have done there, when and how ring expansion will take place, and what will happen in the ring expansion. You can easily see there. Now see another question related to this. See what happens. The question is like this: a compound is given like this. You can say easily. This is basically cyclohexane, and on this there is a double bonded carbon atom, and the reaction takes place in presence of dilute H2SO4. So basically this reagent, which is dilute H2SO4, will provide H positive ion, and this electrophile will attack on the carbon atom. This electrophile will attack on the carbon atom, so that more stable carbocation is formed. So we can see more stable carbocation is formed at which position? We can see more stable carbocation is formed at this position. Now some people will think in this case also ring expansion will takes place, but it is not so. Why? Because this is already 6-member carbon ring. This is already 6-member carbon ring, and 6-member carbon ring will not go under 7-member carbon ring, because 6-member instability is more. Now what happened? Now you can see in this case, basically if we see, there is 4 alpha hydrogen, so it is 2 degree. Now 1,2 hydride shift can occur because there is hydrogen atom, so this hydrogen can shift. So we can make 1 comma 2 hydride shift. So we can do 1 comma 2 hydride shift. So when 1 comma 2 hydride shift occur, then what happens? Then we can see the positive charge will be generated on this carbon atom. Now compare the alpha hydrogen. How many alpha hydrogen atoms are there in this compound? 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there, and 1 alpha hydrogen atom is there. So only total 4 alpha hydrogen atoms in this carbocation, 3 plus 1. But in this case, 2 alpha hydrogen atoms there, also 2 alpha hydrogen atoms there, and also 2 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. So how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? Total 6 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. Now you can easily see what happens. Now you can easily see, basically in this case, this is more stable carbocation. So in the final step, what happens? In the final step, there is hydrolysis. So after hydrolysis, this bond will break. This is S positive, and this is OH negative will attack on more stable carbocation, and the final product obtained is basically this is having OH group. So this is the final product, which we can also call major product. So this is basically the major product obtained. So this is basically the major product obtained in this case. So this is how you can do all the reactions. So these are basically the reaction of alkene in presence of dilute H2SO4, and we are obtaining alcohol as our product. So we have discussed all mechanisms related to this. We have discussed all mechanisms related to this. Now see, the next reaction I am going to discuss for preparation of alcohol. For preparation of alcohol, now we are going to discuss our next reaction, which we called oxymercuration. So the name of reaction is basically oxymercuration, oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. Oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. So it is basically insertion of oxygen via mercuration. Mercuration means mercury compound, and then removal of this mercury compound, which is demercuration. So what are the catalysts we use in this reaction? See, so in this case also we will use alkene as one of the reactant. So if question is given like this, RCH double bond CH2, and we use Hg HgOAc twice as a reagent, and also we use for hydrolysis water will be used. And again, this is basically in the first step, and in the second step we will use sodium borohydride. We will use sodium borohydride in presence of OH minus, in presence of OH minus. Remember what are the steps followed. So first I am writing the reagent. The reagent for oxymercuration and demercuration reaction is HgOAc. HgOAc twice, this one. What is this acetate group? So you can also write in the expanded form, which is HgO. This is C double bond O and CH3. Here also you can write O C double bond O CH3. This is basically HgOAc twice. In the first step we have added, this is the first step along with water, along with water. Now in the second step what we added? In the second step we have added NaBH4 with OH negative. See, what is the role of these two catalysts? What is the role of these two catalysts? I am going to explain you. So according to all catalysts, the reaction will follow addition of water. The reaction will follow addition of water, and this addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule. This addition of water will be according to Markovnikov's rule. Now see, so basically this whole reagent. So first, in the first step, reagent given is Hg. In the first step, the reagent given is HgOAc twice along with water. And in the second step, the reagent given is NaBH4 in basic medium. So this whole reagent which I am circling, this whole reagent will basically provide addition of water. So this whole reagent will provide addition of water, and addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule, and addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule. Now what is the question? You can easily do. So question is about RCH double bond CH2. In the first step In the first step we have added, what? HgO, AC twice, and water. In the second step we added NaBH4 with OH negative. Now addition of water, so HOH. So there is addition of water, HOH. So we can say H positive and OH negative. So addition of water according to Markovnikov rule. So we can say H plus and OH negative. So we will say this is RCH double bond CH2. So there is only one hydrogen and there is two hydrogen atoms. So negative part according to Markovnikov rule. Negative part according to Markovnikov rule will come on the carbon atom with less number of hydrogen atom, and positive part will come to the carbon atom with more number of hydrogen atom. So we can say this is RCH, this is RCH, and OH will come to this carbon atom and H will come to this carbon atom. So this is basically the product obtained. So we will simply add water, and this water is added according to Markovnikov's rule in oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. So I think this is easy for you people. This is one of the method for the preparation of alcohol. Now see the another question. See the another question related to oxymercuration and demercuration. The question is like this. This is basically the double bonded, and in the first step we are adding HgOAc twice with water, and in the second step we are adding NaBH4 along with OH negative. So simply we will write the features. So this is basically double bond across. So in this case addition of water, we will do the addition of water. This is the positive part and this is the negative part. So negative part will come. You can also expand this compound for seeing the hydrogen atom. You can write this compound like this in this way. This is basically CH double bond CH2. So there is only one hydrogen and there are two hydrogen atoms. So negative part will come on the carbon with less number of hydrogen atom, and positive part will come on the carbon atom with more number of hydrogen atoms. So the product obtained is basically CH. On this carbon atom OH group will be added, so this is OH, and on this carbon one hydrogen will be added, so this is basically CH3. So this is basically the product obtained. Now see the features of this reaction. What are the features of oxymercuration? What are the features of oxymercuration and demercuration reaction? What are the features of oxymercuration and demercuration reaction? Now see, what are the features of oxymercuration and demercuration reaction? You can easily see. So there is no formation of carbocation. In this case, the step one is there is no formation of carbocation in this case. And second, so there is no formation of carbocation. Also we can say when there is no formation of carbocation, so there is no rearrangement of carbocation also. There is no rearrangement of carbocation. So there is no rearrangement of carbocation also. And simply in this case the addition of water, and the addition of water according to the addition of water according to Markovnikov's rule. According to Markovnikov's rule. So this is basically, there is no formation of complete carbocation. Basically, there is no formation of complete carbocation in this case. Also, there is no chances of rearrangement. And simply what we'll do, simply we will add water. So addition of water will takes place, and this addition of water will takes place according to the Markovnikov's rule. According to the Markovnikov's rule. So you can easily see. So two reactions we have discussed for the preparation of alcohol. One of them is basically from the alkene by using dilute H2SO4, and next we have discussed the next reaction. Basically we have discussed the preparation of alcohol by using oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. Now I am giving you the question based on this. You have to see the difference between the simple addition of water, between the simple addition of water. So this is basically the compound which I am giving to you, this one. Now you can see this is basically the compound. What happens? Now you can simply see this is basically the question. And in this case, in the first step basically we are adding simple dilute H2SO4. In the first step we are simply adding dilute H2SO4, and in the second step, so same reactant, but for the same reactant we are adding HgOAc twice in presence of water, and also NaBH4 we are adding in presence of OH minus. Now see the basic difference. In the first step basically there is chances of rearrangement. In the first step basically there is chances of rearrangement, you people know very easily. In the first step there is chances of rearrangement, you can see. So when there is a chances of rearrangement, we easily know. First of all, first I am doing the reaction with first step. So by using first reagent, reagent, the more stable carbocation will be formed at this position. And also there is chances of ring expansion. So this is 1, 2 and 3. This is 1, 2 and 3. Now break the bond of second and third carbon atom and form the bond between first and third carbon atom. So this will form like this. On second carbon atom there will be positive charge. On second carbon atom there will be positive charge, and this having CH3. Now this ring basically the 6 carbon atom, this ring will be having 6 carbon atoms, and there is positive charge and there is CH3. Now what happens again, this hydrogen will be shift to form more stable carbocation. So we will say 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur. So we will say 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur. When 1 comma 2 hydride shift will occur, then this will rearrange to this form, more stable carbocation form. Now see what happens. Now the nucleophile will come from hydrolysis of water, which is HOH, and the alcohol obtained is this one. So final product obtained after so many steps, this one. So this is the role of dilute HCSO4 reagent when dilute HCSO4 is added. So when dilute H2SO4 is added, then more stable carbocation will be formed either by ring expansion or by 1 comma 2 hydride shift, but the major product will be obtained by the most stable carbocation. So major product will be formed by the most stable carbocation in this case. But in this case, this is very simple reaction, we know. In oxymercuration and demercuration reaction, in oxymercuration, and mercuration reaction, in oxymercuration and demercuration reaction, what happens? In this reaction, addition of water according to Markovnikov rule, addition of water according to Markovnikov rule, and no rearrangement of carbocation, and no rearrangement of carbocation like thing. So you can simply add water. So water will be added. Into this. There is only one hydrogen atom and there are two hydrogen atoms there. So you can see the negative part, this is positive part and this is negative part. So negative part will come to the carbon atom with less number of hydrogen, and positive part will come to the carbon with more number of hydrogen atom. So by oxymercuration and demercuration, the product obtained is this one. Double bond will be removed and the product obtained is this one. So this is the basic difference when we use dilute H2SO4 and we use oxymercuration and demercuration catalysts. So you can easily identify the difference. Now I am going to discuss with you another reaction. For preparation of alcohol. For the preparation of alcohol. So we are going to discuss another reaction for the preparation of alcohol. The name of this reaction is HBO reaction. What is HBO? HBO means hydro. HBO means hydroboration, oxidation reaction. So HBO means basically hydroboration oxidation reaction. So this is basically the simple meaning of hydroboration and oxidation reaction. So again, the reactant used in HBO reaction is same. The reactant used in the HBO reaction is same, like this is alkene, and the reagent we added there is basically B2S6, which is diborane. So the reaction in presence of diborane, and also we use tetrahydrofuran. So this we provide in the first step, and in the second step we will provide H2O2. Along with OH negative. Now see, what is the work of this whole catalyst? So this whole catalyst will provide water. So we will say by these two catalysts provided in the two steps, addition of water will takes place. Addition of water will takes place by these catalysts. So addition of water will takes place, and according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So addition of water will takes place, and according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So addition of water will takes place and anti-Markovnikov rule. Now you can simply say basically HOH, addition according to anti-Markovnikov. So there is only one hydrogen atom and there are two hydrogen atoms. So we will say there is H positive and there is OH negative. Now what happens? So negative part will goes to the carbon atom with more number of hydrogen atom according to anti-Markovnikov. So according to anti-Markovnikov, negative part of adding molecule. So negative part of adding molecule will goes to the carbon atom with more number of hydrogen atom, with more number of hydrogen atom, and the positive part will goes to the carbon atom with less number of hydrogen atoms. So H will goes to this carbon atom and OH will goes to this carbon atom. So product obtained is basically RCH and H and CH2OH. So this is basically 1 degree alcohol. Also you can write RCH2 and CH2OH. So this is basically the product obtained. Now see the features of this reaction. What are the features? What are the features of this reaction? What are the features of this reaction? What are the features of this reaction, which is HBO, hydroboration and oxidation reaction? Now you can see if there is alkene like RCH, double bond CH2, when you add B2S6, you can also write B2S6 as BS3 twice, and you added B2S6 in presence of THF, then you added H2O2 in presence of OH negative. So basically this BS3 will be added in this way, HBH2. So this 4-member cyclic transition state is formed. This is basically 4-member cyclic transition state is formed. So in the first step, one BS3 is added. So when one BS3 is added, it will be like CH3, CH2 and CH2 and BS2. Now again one more alkyne will come. So now again one more alkyne will come. So again in the second step one more alkyne will become. So CH3, this will be CH3, this will be CH3 and CH and double bond CH2. Again one hydrogen will be removed, as in this case one hydrogen removed, and this group is added to BS2. Then one more hydrogen will be removed, and in the second step it will form CH3, CH2, CH2 and boron, again hydrogen, and one more group is added, CH2, CH2 and CH3. Now we can see one more hydrogen is present there. So again in the next step again we add one more alkene. So in the next step we again alkane will be added, CH3, CH double bond CH2. Now we can see this hydrogen will also removed in this way. So now it will form CH3, CH2 and CH2. How many? This is 1 and this is 2, and after replacement of this hydrogen, third, so it will be 3. So this is basically the intermediate obtained. Now see what happens. So these are the steps now followed till now. What happens now? This compound is like this. So we have obtained CH3, CH2, CH2 thrice B, and the reaction with H2O2. So H2O2 you can write in this way. H2O2 you can write in this way. So there is cleavage of bond. So this bond will break in this way. So OH group will come to this carbon atom, and how many moles? 3 moles. So we will say 3 moles of alcohol will be obtained. So we will say 3 moles of alcohol product will be obtained, and the side product obtained is, when this is 3, so this will be also 3. So we can say the product obtained is, another product obtained is boric acid. So this is the another product obtained, and you can say this obtained product is basically the 1 degree alcohol. So this product obtained is basically 1 degree alcohol. So the simple steps, what are the key features of hydroboration oxidation reaction? You can simply say HBO reaction is basically hydroboration hydroboration oxidation reaction. Hydroboration oxidation reaction. Now you can easily say in hydroboration oxidation reaction what happens. What are the catalysts? What are the catalysts used? What are the catalysts used in HBO reaction? So in the first step, what we have added there, we have added there B2S6, and B2S6 we have added in presence of tetrahydrofuran. Basically, why we have taken the tetrahydrofuran? As you can see, basically the tetrahydrofuran. In case of tetrahydrofuran, what happens there? You will easily say that tetrahydrofuran has high boiling point. It has high boiling point. So to maintain the high boiling point, we use tetrahydrofuran. So in first step, we have added B2S6 along with THF. It can be also written B2S6 in this way. BS3 twice in presence of THF. Now see, in the second step, what we have added? In the second step, we have added H2O2. In the second step, we have added H2O2 in the basic medium, which is OH negative. What is the purpose of using this catalyst? What is the purpose of using this catalyst? You can easily say these two catalysts in the hydroboration oxidation reaction, these two catalysts in the hydroboration oxidation reaction will provide only addition of water, so we will say these two catalysts, what I am writing there, which is B2S6 and the addition of B2S6 along with THF, this we have added in the first step. And in the second step, what we have added, we have added H2O2 along with OH negative. So what happens? Basically, according to these two reagents, there occur addition of water. So what happens there? It happens there addition of water only. And this addition of water, basically, according to Markovnikov's, not Markovnikov's, it is basically according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So it is basically according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So you can easily compare the difference. So addition of water only according to anti-Markovnikov rule, it means also there is no rearrangement of carbocation. So what are the key features? You can note there, there is no rearrangement, of carbocation. So rearrangement there is no rearrangement of carbocation. So there is no rearrangement of carbocation will occur. And the only addition by these reagents is the addition of water, and addition of water will takes place according to the anti-Markovnikov's rule. And anti-Markovnikov rule, you easily say when there is addition, so there are two parts, one is positive part and one is negative part. So basically the negative part will goes to that carbon atom with having more number of hydrogen atoms. So you can say negative part, of adding molecule, negative part of adding molecule will goes to negative part of adding molecule will goes to that carbon atom, that carbon atom having more number of hydrogen atom, having more number of H atoms, and H atoms across double bond, you can easily say. So this is very simple. And there is no rearrangement of carbocation. So in this way, suppose if question is given like this, this is basically the reactant, and in the first step what we are adding, we are adding B2S6 along with THF, and in the second step we are adding H2O2 in presence of OH minus. Now see, you simply know what is the purpose of this whole reagent. The purpose of this whole reagent is basically it will add water, only, and the addition of water will takes place according to anti-Markovnikov rule, and addition will takes place across the double bond, now you can easily say the product obtained is, Now you can easily say the product obtained is basically, you can easily identify if double bond is present in these two carbon atom. On this carbon atom there is only one hydrogen, while on this carbon atom there are two types of hydrogen. So there is two hydrogen atoms are there. Now you can see in the first step what you have added there, you have added there B2S6 in presence of THF, and in the second step what you have added, in the second step you have added H2O2 along with OH negative ion. Now you can see on this carbon atom there is only one hydrogen atom is there. On this carbon atom how many hydrogen atoms are there? Two hydrogen atoms are there. So the carbon atom, so this will provide addition of water molecule, and addition of water molecule having two parts, one is H positive and one is H negative. So the positive part will goes to that carbon atom which is having less number of hydrogen atom, and negative part will goes to that carbon atom having more number of hydrogen atom. So you can say in this case the product obtained is basically like this one. So on this carbon atom one hydrogen more added, and on this carbon atom which group added? OH group is added. So this is basically the major product, and this major product we have obtained according to anti-Markovnikov's rule, according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So you can easily compare the results and you can easily compare the questions based on this. See, for example, I'm giving you the question. The question is basically like this. The reactant given is CS3, C, CS3. Again, there is a CS3, and there is double bond present between these two carbon atom. There is double bond present between these two carbon atom. Now, in the first step, if you are going through this path, if you are going through this part, I'm adding simple dilute H2SO4. I'm simply adding there dilute H2SO4. Now see another part. When you are going through another part, I'm simply adding there, that is HgOAc twice. So along with HgOAc twice, I'm adding there water molecule. So this is basically in the first step. Now in the second step, I am adding there NaBH4. Now in the second step, I am adding there NaBH4, and along with NaH4, BH4, we are adding OH. So this is the first reagent which I am adding there, which is dilute H2SO4. Now this is the second step. What I am adding there, this is, so this reaction you simply know this is OMDM reaction. What is OMDM reaction? OMDM reaction means basically oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. So these are the catalysts of OMDM reaction, and this is basically the addition of dilute H2SO4. Now see another path. Another path I am adding, and in the third path, what I am adding there? In the third part, I am adding there B2S6, and along with B2S6, I am adding THF. So this I am adding in the first step. Now in the second step, I am adding H2O2, and along with H2O2 I am adding OH negative. Now this is clear to all of you if you have studied each and every reaction in detail. So I have discussed the main and key features of all the reactions. So basically the first reaction is based on dilute H2SO4, and we have already studied. So we will discuss these reactions one by one. We will discuss each reaction one by one. So first of all, I am making the products of second step and third step, because this reaction is very simple. As we know, in OM and DM reaction, what happens in OM and DM reaction? Basically addition of water. In OM and DM reaction, basically the addition of water, and this addition of water in OM and DM reaction according to Markovnikov's rules. So this is basically according to Markovnikov's rule. Now you can see when there is addition of water, and addition of water according to Markovnikov rules, so there are basically two parts. One part is basically H positive ion, and another part is basically OH negative ion. So what happens? This H positive ion will goes to that carbon atom with having more number of hydrogen atoms. So this H positive will goes to this carbon atom. Why? This carbon atom having two hydrogen atoms. This carbon atom having two hydrogen atoms are there. Now the negative part, according to Markovnikov will goes to that carbon atom with having less number of hydrogen. So there is only one hydrogen atom. So I am making the product of OMDM. You know, simply OMDM means simply addition of water. OMDM means simply addition of water, and this addition of water will be according to Markovnikov's rule. And according to water addition, according to Markovnikov's rules, there is two parts. One is H positive and one is OH negative. So this H positive will goes to that carbon atom with having more number of hydrogen atoms, and this negative part, which is OH negative, will goes to that carbon atom having less number of hydrogen. So we can say the product obtained is basically CH3C, CH3 and CH3. Now you can say OH will attach OH will attach on this carbon atom with having less number of hydrogen atom, and H will attach on the carbon atom with more number of hydrogen. So this is the obtained product. Now see another case. This is also very easy case. According to this reagent, again the addition of water, again the addition of water, but now the addition of water, this is S positive part and this is OH negative part. Now again addition of water, but this time addition of water according to anti-Markovnikov's rules. So this time addition of water according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So what happens? Now this OH minus part, which is negative part, will goes to that carbon atom which having more number of hydrogen. So according to anti-Markovnikov rule, product obtained is CH3, C, CH3. On this carbon atom again CH3. Now on this carbon atom hydrogen is added, and this carbon atom OH group is added. So this one product is according to Markovnikov's rule, and this one product is according to anti-Markovnikov's rule. So in both cases, so the second reaction is basically OMDM reaction, and the third reaction is basically HBO reaction. What is HBO reaction? HBO reaction is basically hydroboration and oxidation reaction. Now see, for the first, because first part is lengthy, therefore I am discussing the first part in the separate page. So I am discussing the first part in the separate page as being a lengthy part. So this is basically CH3, C, CH3 and CH3 and having CH double bond CH2. What you are adding there? You are adding simply dilute H2SO4 there. You are simply adding dilute H2SO4 there. What happens? You people can see how you can see there is basically CH double bond CH2. So this catalyst will provide H plus, and this H plus is basically the electrophile. This H plus is basically the electrophile. So this electrophile will attack on the carbon atom so that more stable carbocation is formed. So we can say this H plus will attack on this carbon atom. When this H positive attacks on this carbon atom, so more stable carbocation is formed because it is 2-degree carbocation. So in the first step, the product obtained is basically CH3C, CH3, CH3, and the stable carbocation form is CH positive, and CH3. Now you can see how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there. So you can see 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there. And how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? So there is no alpha hydrogen. So how many total alpha hydrogen atoms there are? 3. So does this product can rearrange? Yes, this product can rearrange. How this product can rearrange? You can simply say, if this is first carbon atom and this is second carbon atom, so we can shift this methyl group to this carbon atom. So rearrangement of carbocation is possible, and we will shift. So we will say this is 1 comma 2, 1 comma 2 methyl shift will occur. So after 1 comma 2 methyl shift, what will happen? CH3C positive, and this is also CH3. Now this CH3 will move on this carbon atom like this. So this is basically the 1 comma 2 methyl shift. Now what happens? See, in the final step, this is basically the most stable carbocation obtained. This is basically the most stable carbocation obtained after rearrangement. Now there is no possibility of rearrangement. You can easily see 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there, and also 3 alpha hydrogen atoms are there, and there is 1 alpha hydrogen. So how many alpha hydrogen atoms are there? 3, 3, 6 and 7. So this is the most stable form of carbocation. Further rearrangement of this carbocation is not possible because this is the most stable carbocation obtained in the final step. Now in the final step, what will happen? In the final step, hydrolysis will take place, and in the hydrolysis, this is OH negative part. This negative part will attack on the more stable carbocation, and the catalyst which is H positive is regenerated. So basically the product obtained in the final step is CH3C, CH3OH, and CH3CH3. So this is basically the major product. This is basically the major product obtained. So you have easily identified the difference between these three catalysts. By using dilute H2SO4, we have done everything: rearrangement, shifting, ring expansion, ring contraction, every possible chances for the rearrangement of carbocation we have did there. But in the case of oxymercuration and demercuration, simply we have added water according to Markovnikov's rules. And similar in the case of hydroboration oxidation reaction, simply we have added water, and the addition of water is basically according to anti-Markovnikov rule. So only in the first step we have prepared the carbocation, and then we have made the rearrangement. So this is all about what we have discussed today. Today we have discussed about three major reactions. One of the reactions is the preparation of alcohol from alkene by using dilute H2SO4. Second, we have discussed the preparation of alcohol by using alkene using OM-DM reaction. What is OM-DM reaction? It is basically oxymercuration and demercuration reaction. And third, we have discussed about the preparation of alcohol from alkene, and that is HBO reaction. What is HBO reaction? HBO reaction is basically hydroboration oxidation reaction. So this is all about the preparation of alcohol. In the next lecture, we will further discuss about some more topics so that we will prepare alcohol, and each and every topic will be discussed.